Hello, good morning, children. Your political science teacher Jasveer Kaur is here to teach you your chapter number 4. We have already done chapter number 1 and 3rd. Second chapter intentionally I have left time being. We will do it afterwards. And today we are going to study about your chapter number 4, that is India's external affairs. Mean to say India's external affairs. When we talk about these external affairs, it refers that what type of relation India has with the other countries of the world. To make our existence in the world, we have to do what is going on in the whole of the world, as it is clear from our books also. Whatsoever we are studying India and contemporary, that means we have to see what is happening in the India, what is happening in India, and what is happening in the other parts of the world. Whatsoever happening, east corner, west corner, north corner, south corner, each and every country of the world gets affected. It gets affected, and accordingly it has to work. So very frankly, very fantastically, it was designed. Indian external affairs were designed very fantastically, amazing. You may notice that what were the conditions at that time when India got partition. We have studied in our previous chapter that what was the situation over there when India got partition, and before partition and just after partition, or I would like to say that during partition there was two wars, and there were two wars during partition. There was war before that 39, that is Second World War, and before that when we started our freedom struggle, at that time also there was First World War during the time period of 17 to 19. So 1917 to 1919, that was also a very crucial time period, although it is registered 14 to 17, right? I have mentioned that 1914 to 1917, it was the time of First World War, then Second World War, and within our country we have internal matters. तो when whatsoever we have to fix कि जो भी हमने पहले बुरा देखा है, बहुत बुरा देखा है, I will like to say, we don't want to repeat that, right? In every chapter I will repeat this line कि whatsoever we have seen, whatsoever we have tolerated, what bad things were there in our political system during British government, those citizens as well as our prominent leader don't want to get it be repeated. So they don't want to once again we can be hanged in the same net or this and that, right? तो that was वो उसी दलदल में दोबारा नहीं फंसना चाहते थे. So that's why British left legacy of international disputes. At that time, British, when we got independence from British, at that time we have different type of international disputes also, because that was partition was pressure. If partition was done, India got independence, matter doesn't over. There were many issues regarding, there was Shimla agreement, Kashmir issue, and that pressure of partition. Earlier we got that two nation theory, that also in the minds of these political leaders, how to resolve all these matters, that was also issue at that time. And very sorry to say that poverty alleviation during British rule, we were struggling for this, and just after independence this was the major concern about major concern, of the leaders, our political leaders, major concern to alleviate poverty, eradicate poverty. But sorry to say that we are failure here. Somehow, not totally, somehow we are failure. We'll read in other chapter this concept very clearly. And then India's condition was that we have to, a major concern was that we have to establish its foreign relation keeping in mind sovereignty. Why? Because we don't want to tolerate once again any type of colonialism, neither whole of the India nor any one part of it. Right? I'll teach you that some part of India we have heard in our previous chapter also, like Junagadh, Hyderabad, Manipur, some southern states, they were not ready to be united with India. They want their separate nation even at that time also. So how matter was resolved, that is also very different way. We have to study about that also. That was also, so during, that was international disputes refers to two world war. Okay, two world war were there, and that was the back history of India's partition. While determining our international or external affair, we have to keep in mind this back of two world war, this partition pressure, this poverty elevation. I have highlighted these points. We have to elevate poverty. And one more thing is there, at that time, India being a developing country, India has to keep in mind from where raw material is to be collected, how to use our natural resources, what type of production has to be done, which sector, either private or public sector, has to be given importance, from which countries of the world we have to make relation for the raw material, for intermediate goods and finished good and selling in the market. That is the basic funda for our trade and commerce. And when we talk about our external affair, politically we have to establish some treaties, some agreement with other countries of the world basis upon totally economic, that trade and commerce of exchange of goods, selling and purchasing, making tariff policies, import, export, everything have to keep in mind while deciding our external affairs, while taking one step ahead for the external affair. Politically, we have to keep in mind the idea of sovereignty. When we talk about idea of sovereignty, even before independence, Indian political leader, I would like to take the name of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He was the first Prime Minister of India. He, before independence, 1947, under the leadership of Jawaharlal Nehru, all our political representatives decided that they will not join any group. Now please, it is very vast topic, so your attention may be diverted. Leave it here. First we will talk about the two groups of the world. Even in general you have heard these things. So this was also to maintain sovereignty. India has to be away from what was the result of two world war. Superpowers USA and USSR. Just after Second World War and First World War, the whole world got divided into two allies. One under the leadership of USA and other under the leadership of USSR. Nowadays it is Russia. Right? So India neither want to join USA nor to join USSR. The reason behind it that India want to show its sovereignty. India wanted to show its sovereignty because already we have tolerated many, we can say, bad sports, very bad behavior, we can say, of the Britishers towards India. And अब हम दोबारा उस जाल में नहीं फंसना चाहते थे. We want to be totally free. External pressure should not be there. And afterward, this word is used in Indians' constitutional preamble also. Constitution's preamble also. Sovereignty, social, secular, democratic republic. Okay, we the people of India solemnly resolves India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic country. So these are the 5 philosophical feature of Indian Constitution. You have studied it in your previous class also. 9th में भी आता है थोड़ा बहुत reference, and you have studied in 11th also. But then also, if you don't have studied now, just make a reading of this. That it is the preamble. It is given in front of your books. Right? Books के front page पे होता है. Everywhere it is. So you can go through from there the preamble of India. Right? In this book it is not there, and show you from any other book. And then we talk about the pressure, external pressure. Once again, Indian citizen and rulers don't want to work under the pressure of any external. Like this is the preamble of India, Constitution of India preamble. Right? Hopefully it is visible to you. We the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. In our Constitutional Assembly, this 26th day of November, hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this constitution. I mean to say, this constitution came into force 26 January 1950. So that is also there. So that was what we adopted. Okay, come to the point. This is two alliance of the world, right? USSR and USA. Some countries of the world in the favor of USA, and the other country of the world in the favor of USSR. They have made their political alliances. But very fantastic, very, we can say, intelligent, very exclusive decision was taken by Indian political leader. They decided neither to join group of USA nor to USSR. To show this, they have adopted sovereignty. Now, for this, India already signed a policy of NAM. Very, very important. Often question is asked on this, because it is the, we can say, backbone of Indian foreign, Indian external affair, Indian foreign policy. Right? So this is NAM stands for non-aligned movement. Once again, it's same meaning. We don't want to be in any group of the world, NAM, and we wanted that it should be ourselves whatsoever we have. So that was the very more modest goal of Indian foreign policy, Indian external foreign policy. It was the very major role that how to, now the question arises that how to implement this. How to implement? So, I would like to take the name of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose here. During the Second World War, was the clearest manifestation of these system that established link of India with other countries. Link of India with other countries. That there he formed one national army also there. Indian National Army create की गई थी. Then foreign policy of nation reflects the interplay of domestic and external affair. Very, very important. Sometime question is asked there that that I spoke regarding that foreign policy of a nation reflects its internal and external interplay. To mean to say, you have to give its answer. So while making policy, we have to take care internal as well as external factors, right? Internal and external factors that guide the behavior of an individual. Behavior of an individual here refers to the our country, citizen of all the country, then to the family, right? Those citizen included family, then in society, then country, sorry, city, then district, nation, state wise, and then go to nation. Mean to say what is going on within the country and countries outside things that decides the external affairs. Now we have to say okay, what is going on within the country and what are the country's relation with other countries of the world, that also matters. Accordingly we have to decide the policy, and while deciding this policy, this one, international context that shaped Indians internal relation, international context that shaped Indian external affair, the operational principles that inform us about the country's external as well as internal relations, or countries relation regarding foreign policy. Then we talk about the history of the India's relation with China and Pakistan, as well as other countries of the world. Here I have took name of China and Pakistan because there is one example given in your book, very first page of your book, right? Very first page of your book, where Muhammad Ali Jinnah with the Indian Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and some leaders of China. Because just after independence, India has to face these enemy countries, China and Pakistan, because they attacked 1962 and 1965. We'll study about this also in detail. That also somewhere history of the relation of these countries with India also reflect the interplay of the foreign policy. Then we have to say that what is India's nuclear policy, that I'll tell you in my next video, mean to say next lecture. Till now we have studied about NAM. NAM was policy regarding that. I told you world politics, USSR, superpowers, we don't want to join. In this there is very important role played by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the first Prime Minister of India. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's forever external, who was the first Prime Minister of India, and he played very crucial role, right? Prime Minister, as well as during that time he was acting as our foreign minister also. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was acting as our foreign minister also. That's why he was too much indulged to establish foreign policy and relation with other countries of the world. In 1946 to 1946 to 1964, a very important time period, because during 1964 Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru got died, right? During and just 47 we got our independence. This time period, right? This time period very crucial. It was very, we can say, full of topsy and turvy, very ups and downs for India. And Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru gave us three major objectives. Mean to say, so one is territorial integrity. That we have studied in our first chapter also. territorial integrity, unity, territory wise unity. Then he gave us about economic development. Three objectives were there: economic development, that was also our most modest role. And next one, this is external relation. External relations. For these external relations, we have to make all these three things, three major objective, major role for the external affairs, right? For external affairs, this was the target, and third target was that Nehruji wanted to maintain sovereignty. He has used word hard earned sovereignty, right? To maintain sovereignty, territorial integrity, economic development, and that's all for my today's lecture. In this way, you have to go through all these things. This is the basic introductory part, how we have to determine our foreign external affairs with other countries of the world. Bye, students.